Why successful people wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. 7. Stoic habits you must try. Have you ever woken up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. feeling wide awake while the rest of the world sleeps? Most of us might shrug it off, roll over, or even get frustrated thinking it's a sign of stress or insomnia. But what if I told you it's not a coincidence? What if this moment right before dawn is actually one of the most powerful opportunities you'll ever have to connect with yourself, to grow stronger inside, and to shape the way you show up in life? Across cultures and philosophies, especially in Stoicism, this time of day is seen as a sacred window when the noise of the world fades and your inner voice grows louder. It's as if the universe itself opens a door, inviting you to step through, to pause, and to meet the strongest version of yourself. Think about it in the stillness of early morning. When the world is asleep, your mind isn't cluttered by to-do lists, emails, or other people's expectations. This is your moment, a rare space of peace where you can finally hear what really matters: your own thoughts, your deepest desires, your hidden strength. And no, this isn't about chasing some unrealistic morning routine or forcing yourself into toxic productivity. Stoicism teaches us that waking up in this hour isn't a punishment, it's a gift. A quiet nudge from life itself, reminding you that the power to transform your mind, body, and spirit is already inside you, waiting to be awakened. Imagine how different your days could be if, instead of rushing or rolling back into sleep, you took this sacred time to nurture your soul, to reset your mindset, and to strengthen your heart before the world demands anything from you. That's why in this video, I want to share with you 7 simple but powerful practices you can do whenever you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. These are not just rituals, they're tools to help you reclaim your peace, sharpen your focus, and build the mental resilience Stoicism has taught for centuries. So if you've ever felt like life keeps pulling you in every direction, if you've ever wished you could wake up feeling strong, centered, and ready, this is your chance. If you've been searching for a powerful morning routine that aligns with Stoic wisdom, this might just be it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll discover how these 7 morning actions can help you rise every single day with purpose, clarity, and unstoppable inner strength. Ready? Let's begin. 1. Make declarations. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked in the mirror? Not just to fix your hair or check your face, but to speak life into yourself. Most people wake up and instantly think about everything that's wrong: deadlines, problems, things they're afraid they can't handle. But what if you flip the script? The early morning, when the world is still silent, that's your golden hour. That's when your mind is open, your heart is still, and your thoughts aren't clouded by noise or negativity. And in that sacred moment, you have a choice. You can let fear and doubt fill the space, or you can fill it with power, with strength, with truth about who you really are. This is what I call making declarations. It's simple but powerful. You stand tall, you speak aloud, and you remind yourself of what's already inside you. Not empty words, not wishful thinking, but bold personal declarations of strength, courage, and purpose. Like, I am a rock that no storm can shake. I am built to rise, built to overcome. I have everything I need within me to conquer this day. These words aren't magic spells. They're reminders. They reset your focus. They remind you of the warrior inside, the part of you that doesn't fold when life gets hard. Take Emma, for example, a young woman working in a brutally competitive industry. Every day brought new challenges, heavy deadlines, relentless pressure. Her team looked to her for strength, and she delivered. Why? Because every single morning before the sun even rose, Emma stood in her living room, placed her hand over her heart, and declared out loud, "I am a steadfast wall against life's storms." One day a project came along, the kind that would broken most people. But Emma didn't break. She led her team through it, solved problems nobody else could, and turned a crisis into a triumph. Her words had built a foundation of resilience inside her long before the storm ever hit. That's the Stoic lesson right there. Strength doesn't come from avoiding the storm. It comes from facing it head on and reminding yourself that you are built for this. So tomorrow morning, when the world is quiet, don't waste that golden hour. Speak your truth, declare your strength, and watch how life starts to rise to meet you. Because the strongest voice is the one you choose to speak over your own life. 2. Remember your last dream. Let me ask you something. Have you ever woken up from a dream that felt so real, so vivid, that it stayed with you long after you opened your eyes? Maybe it didn't make much sense at first, but deep down you felt it meant something. What if I told you that feeling isn't random? In the quiet hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., when the world is silent and your mind isn't yet bombarded by noise, your subconscious speaks. And it speaks in the language of dreams. See, most people dismiss their dreams as random images, a jumble of nonsense. But Stoic philosophy and even modern psychology sees it differently. Dreams are windows into the deepest parts of who you are. They reveal your fears, your hopes, your hidden desires, and sometimes they remind you of truths you've forgotten. Imagine this, Mario, and a man struggling with uncertainty in his career, woke up one morning at exactly 3 a.m. Instead of rushing back to sleep, he stayed still and remembered a dream he'd just had. He was walking down a foggy road. He couldn't see the end, didn't know where it led. But in the dream, he just kept walking, step by step. No fear, no hesitation. And in that quiet moment of reflection, Mario realized that dream wasn't about the road. It was about life. It was a message that sometimes you won't see the whole path ahead, but you have to trust yourself enough to keep moving forward anyway. That's the Stoic lesson right there. Life isn't about waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or absolute certainty. It's about having the courage to take the next step even when the road is unclear. So the next time you wake up in those early hours, don't rush to shake off your dream. Sit with it, reflect on it, ask yourself, what might this dream be trying to tell me? What hidden part of me is speaking through this? Your dream could be a whisper from your deepest self, a reminder that you are stronger, braver, and wiser than you think. Remember, every dream holds a lesson, and every lesson brings you closer to the person you were meant to become. So tomorrow morning, when you wake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., don't just wake up. Wake up to yourself and start listening to the powerful messages hidden within you. Meditate. So what if you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. and your mind feels blank? You can't remember your dreams. You're unsure what to do. Most people in that moment do the obvious. They roll over, sigh, and try to force themselves back to sleep. But here's a thought. What if that wake-up call isn't meant to send you back to sleep? What if it's an invitation to wake up inside? This is the perfect time to meditate. Now I know what you might be thinking. Meditation at 3 a.m. That sounds hard, but it's not about sitting cross-legged for hours or chanting strange words. It's about finding a moment of stillness right where you are and tuning into something most of us ignore every single day: your breath. Think about it. Your breath is always there. It's the silent rhythm of life, the connection between your body and your mind, between you and this vast universe. And when you sit quietly in the early morning hush and focus on each inhale, each exhale, something incredible happens. Your mind begins to settle. The racing thoughts, the silent worries, the endless to-do lists, they fade. And in their place comes a deep, calming peace. Meditation in this sacred window of dawn isn't just a practice, it's a quiet rebellion against the chaos of the world. It's you choosing to face the day with calm strength instead of anxiety. Take a look at how Stoic philosophy teaches us to handle life's storms. Stoics didn't believe in running from challenges or pretending problems didn't exist. They believed in standing still, breathing deeply, and facing whatever comes with patience and unwavering strength. That's exactly what meditation trains you for. It's not an escape, it's a way to build the kind of inner resilience that carries you through any storm life throws your way. So tomorrow morning, if you wake up and feel restless, instead of fighting it, sit with it. Close your eyes, feel the cool air flowing in the warmth as it leaves, and let yourself be present. This simple act of mindfulness can change the entire course of your day, giving you clarity, a balance, and a sense of control before the world demands anything from you. Remember, you don't need perfect circumstances to find peace. You just need the courage to pause and breathe, because in that breath lies your power. 4. Practice gratitude. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you paused, really paused, and gave thanks for the life you have? I'm not talking about a quick thank you before a meal or a casual nod to good luck. I'm talking about genuine, heartfelt gratitude, the kind that stops you in your tracks and fills your heart with quiet strength. Now imagine this. It's 3 a.m. The world outside is asleep. There's no noise, no distractions. Just you, your breath, and this rare sacred silence. What better time to practice gratitude? Stoic philosophy teaches us that gratitude isn't just about saying thank you when life is good. It's about learning to appreciate every single moment, the quiet, the simple, the overlooked. Think about it. The warmth of the blanket wrapped around you, the steady rhythm of your heartbeat, the soft breathing of someone you love sleeping beside you. Or even the simple fact that you woke up today with another chance to live, love, and grow. In those early hours when your heart is calm and your mind is open, that's when gratitude hits the deepest. It's like a light in the dark, a steady flame that reminds you of all the good you often forget to see. And here's the powerful part. Gratitude shifts your energy. It turns worry into peace. It turns fear into strength. It turns scarcity into abundance. It's not just a feel-good habit, it's a mindset reset. One that arms you to face the challenges of the day with confidence and hope. Let me share this with you. There was a time in my life when everything felt like it was falling apart. Work, relationships, my health. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night weighed down by it all. But instead of spiraling, I whispered three simple words. Thank you, life. I didn't feel like saying it, but I said it anyway. And something shifted. Suddenly, I wasn't focused on everything I had lost, but on everything I still had. That's the gift of gratitude. It reminds you that no matter how dark it gets, there's always light to be found if you choose to see it. So the next time you wake up before dawn, before you check your phone, before your mind runs wild, pause, look around, and whisper, thank you, because gratitude isn't just a morning ritual. It's a compass that keeps you steady, even in the toughest storms of life. 5. Practice journaling. Let's be honest, most of us wake up with a storm already brewing in our heads. Work pressure, relationship tension, unfinished tasks. And that quiet, persistent question, am I on the right path? Now imagine this. What if you could take all that noise in your mind and pour it out onto a page? What if your journal became your safe space, your morning ritual of clarity and calm? That's the power of journaling. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius began each morning by writing down their thoughts, not for anyone else, but for themselves. They used it to reflect, to question, to strengthen their inner resolve. And you can do the same. No fancy tools, no perfect grammar, just a pen and notebook and your honest thoughts. Try this tomorrow morning, right after you wake up before the world pulls at you. Open your journal and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What am I afraid of? What do I want to accomplish today? Write whatever comes to mind. No filter, no judgment. Because here's the truth. A journal is more than just paper. It's a mirror. It reflects what you often hide from yourself. And in that reflection, you find power. Let me share something personal. There was a time when I felt completely lost, emotionally drained, stuck in a job I didn't love holding on to, relationships that didn't serve me. I didn't even know what I wanted anymore. So I started writing. At first it was messy, scattered, raw. But then I noticed patterns, the same fears, the same dreams I kept ignoring. And slowly the fog began to lift. That's what journaling does. It doesn't fix your problems overnight, but it shows you where to look and what needs healing. And here's what the Stoics teach us. The most important battle you'll ever fight is the one within. If you want peace on the outside, you need to understand what's happening inside. Journaling helps you do that. It gives your thoughts a voice. It turns emotions into insight. And most importantly, it gives you back control. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed, if your mind is racing the moment you open your eyes, try this, right? Start with one sentence, one truth, and watch how it slowly transforms your morning and your mindset. Because clarity isn't found in the chaos of the world. It's written quietly in the pages of your own story. 6. Read or listen to philosophy. Let me ask you something. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first voice you let into your mind? Is it the new social media or your own anxious thoughts? What if instead you filled that first quiet moment of the day with timeless wisdom, the kind that's been shaping strong minds for centuries? This is why one of the most powerful habits you can build is simple. Spend a few minutes each morning reading or listening to philosophy. Now I'm not talking about dense textbooks or complicated theories. I'm talking about short, powerful truths, the kind that shake you awake and remind you of who you are. The Stoics mastered this art. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, wrote personal reflections to strengthen his mind before facing a brutal world. Epictetus, a former slave, taught that while we can't control life, we can always control how we respond. Seneca believed that every challenge is a chance to grow wiser and stronger. And you have access to their words right here, right now. Imagine this. Before the sun rises, you read a line from Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. How would that change your mindset? Or you listen to a 2-minute audio clip about how to stay calm in adversity, and suddenly, instead of starting the day reactive and stressed, you step into the world grounded, clear, calm, and in control. It's not magic. It's mental training. Think of philosophy as your armor protecting your mind before life's battles even begin. A morning dose of wisdom is like a compass, keeping you steady when the storms of the day hit. It'll tell you this: some of the strongest people I know aren't the ones with perfect lives. They're the ones who feed their minds with truth, who remind themselves every day of what really matters. So instead of scrolling your phone tomorrow morning, open a book of Stoic quotes, or play an audio reflection while you stretch or sip your coffee. Because wisdom isn't just for scholars. It's for anyone who wants to live with strength, clarity, and peace. And as the Stoics would say, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Let that be your first thought tomorrow morning. 7 set intentions for the day. Let me ask you something simple. What is your mission today? Not your to-do list, not your emails, but what truly matters. Most people wake up and go straight into autopilot. They check their phone, get lost in distractions, and before they know it, the day is gone. And they wonder why they feel unfulfilled, unmotivated, stuck. But what if you started your day with clarity? What if before the noise of the world rushed in, you took just 2 minutes to decide who you want to be and what you want to accomplish today? This is where setting intentions becomes a game changer. Every morning, write down just 1 to 3 meaningful things you want to complete. Not 20 tasks, just a few that actually move the needle. It could be have a real conversation with my partner. Finish that project I've been putting off. Stay calm no matter what happens at work. Simple, clear, intentional. Now here's the truth the Stoics knew well. If you don't choose how to live your day, someone else will choose for you. And that's how you lose your time, your energy, and eventually your life. Marcus Aurelius in his daily writings reminded himself constantly, do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others when it does not relate to your own goals. That's 2,000-year-old advice, still more relevant than ever. Setting daily intentions isn't just about productivity. It's about discipline, the kind that builds character. It's about self-mastery, choosing your path instead of drifting through the day. It's about building a life you actually respect. Let me give you a small challenge. Tomorrow morning, before anything else, grab a notebook or your phone. Write down your top 13 intentions for the day. Be honest, be specific, be purposeful. Then live by it. And at the end of the day, look back and ask, did I live this day on purpose? If the answer is yes, even in the smallest way, that's a victory. That's how you win not just the day, but your life. So don't let the day just happen to you. Lead it, shape it, own it. That's what a Stoic would do. And that's what you're capable of doing starting right now. So what if waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. wasn't just a coincidence? What if it was a hidden invitation? A rare window of time designed not to disturb you, but to awaken you. The truth is this sacred hour isn't here to steal your sleep. It's here to sharpen your discipline, strengthen your spirit, and give you the space to truly connect with yourself before the world rushes in. These 7 actions we've shared today aren't random life hacks. They are a roadmap, a daily ritual to help you align your inner world with the outer world. To build that unshakable mindset Stoicism teaches us, where peace isn't something you hope for, it's something you practice. Where discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. Where each morning becomes a chance to rise stronger and clearer than the day before. So let me ask you, are you ready to take control of your mornings? Are you willing to stop seeing waking up early as an inconvenience and start seeing it as an opportunity? If this message resonates with you, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share your experience with these 7 actions. Which one spoke to you the most? Or maybe you've been practicing some of them already. And if you believe this message could help someone you care about, hit the like button, share this video, and let's build a community that grows stronger together. And finally, if you haven't joined us yet, subscribe to the channel. We're on a journey to apply timeless Stoic wisdom in real life one day, one choice at a time. Because every single morning between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., you don't just wake up, you rise. See you in the next video.